Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. So this video is long overdue. I filmed this video since last month, I think, and I forgot to upload it. So here it is now. So these nails have been on for 3 weeks. I did do a Lazy Girl Method nail set, a Valentine Lazy Girl Method nail set doing this nail design, and I wanted to show you guys that these nails could last really long. So this is 3 weeks growth, so I'm just showing you guys that, and I will leave a link in the card so that you can check out this video if y'all are interested. So I'm going to be doing a fill on these Lazy Girl Method nail sets. So I just showed you guys when I am doing this nail set, because I think in my last video I showed you guys the day I did this Valentine nail set. If I didn't, I would leave a clip right here to show you guys when I did it. So right here I am just removing all of the rhinestones from the nails, since I wouldn't be needing them since I'm doing a fill on these nails. So I'm removing all of the rhinestones right here, and most of the rhinestones, well, all of the rhinestones stayed on. A few of the caviar beads from the middle nail fell off. I think was about 1 or 2 of the caviar beads fell off since the 3 weeks that I did this nail set. So I'm just removing them right here. And doing this with my non-dominant hand is very stressful. I did have a hard time using my non-dominant hand to do everything that I'm doing on this nail set, but I got it done eventually, but it was a bit troublesome. So after removing all of the rhinestones, I am just going to be using my sanding band to buff away the top coat and to remove the shine from all of the nails, and also to smoothen around the cuticle area that was growing out, because it was a bit rough around that area. So I'm just using the sanding band just to smoothen that area and also the surface of all of the nails. Next, I am using my hand file just to finish the job and to also make the free edge and the sides of the nails a little more crisp. So I'm using the hand file to do all of that, and using the hand file was a lot easier than using the e-file. Since I'm using my non-dominant hand to do everything, it was a tad bit easier since I can move my dominant hand when I am using the hand file. So I am using my dominant hand more when I am filing these nails. I don't think y'all can really notice that, but I was trying mostly to use my dominant hand to move, and the hand file was staying put for the most part. Not all the time, but most of the time. Then I'm using this cuticle bit to go around the cuticle area again, just to make the cuticle area a bit more smooth, since it was a little rough around the cuticle area. So I'm doing that so it looks like it is growing out of my skin or my nail, so it looks like it's natural. So I'm doing that on all of the nails. And this is how my nails are looking, and it's really smooth. Now I am just going to be pushing back the cuticles because it needed pushing back a bit, and all of this is needed when you are doing your nail prep. And even if you're doing a refill on an old nail set, you need to push back the cuticles as well and do everything that I'm doing right here. And I was trying to be very careful when pushing back the cuticles. I was not trying to damage myself since I'm using my non-dominant hand to push back my cuticles. You need to be very careful because you can damage yourself if you're not careful. Then I'm using my cuticle bit to go around the cuticle area to push back the cuticles even more, and also to lift up any of the dead cuticles from around that area. This ensures that when you apply your nail extension, it does not lift easily. Then I'm going to be using my cuticle clippers just to clip off the dead cuticles from around the cuticle area and all of those white stuff as well. I would use the cuticle nippers to clip off anything that needed to clip off. Then I go back in with the cuticle bit around the cuticle area. And this is how the nails are looking so far, and it's not too bad. So I'm just using some rubbing alcohol to remove the dust so that you can see the nails a lot better and you can see how much growth I had in the 3 weeks. Now I'm going to be using my nail primer and dehydrator. So I'm just going to be, and I decided to apply number 1 and number 2 to both the dehydrator and the primer so that I can remember which one goes first and which one goes second. I guess it would be easy for someone who is accustomed using dehydrator and primer, but for me it's not easy to remember which one was first and which one is second. So I make sure to number it, and I'm going to be using that around the cuticle area there where I have the new growth. So I start with number 1, which is I think the dehydrator. And then primer right now, which is number 2, and I make sure to get it on the natural nail, and I always make sure that the first one is dry before applying the second one. Next, I am applying my gel base coat to the whole nail, making sure that it reaches the area where I have my new growth. And I'm just going to be placing it on all of the nails, and I would cure that for 30 seconds. And I'm just showing you guys my new growth. And I cured that for 30 seconds. I forgot to apply my sunscreen, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I apply some sunscreen to protect my skin since it's going to be in the lamp often during this video, and I try to make sure that the sunscreen doesn't touch my nail beds. Then I'm going in with this yellow gel polish from Nail Reserve. If you're interested in purchasing anything from Nail Reserve, you can use my code, which will be listed on the screen and in the description below. So I start on the pinky nail. I apply a layer of this beautiful yellow gel polish to the whole nail, and I would cure that for 30 seconds. I could have built up this nail with a little bit of clear polygel around the cuticle area where I have the new growth before applying this layer of yellow gel polish, but I didn't want this nail set to be too thick. Since I am doing a refill on Lazy Girl Method nails, it's not like I can really remove a lot of the product, because if I remove a lot of the nail, the whole nail will come off, and then we would have the underside of the nail which isn't strong enough to stay on its own. But I did file off a lot of the nail, and now I'm just applying the gel polish. I didn't want to make the nail set too thick. This is a test, by the way. I was not sure this was going to work since I've never done a refill on a Lazy Girl Method nail set. But I wanted to test it out, and it did turn out really good. It wasn't thick at all, but it really wasn't thin either. But you will see later on in the video how it looks. So I did apply a second layer to the pinky nail, and I also did apply a second layer to the tip area of the index nail. I'm not doing the full index nail with the yellow gel polish, and I cured each layer for 30 seconds. So right here I'm doing my third layer. So this gel polish needed 3 layers in order to reach full opacity. Since the background of these nails are blue, it needed that 3 layers to get as opaque as possible so you wouldn't see the blue in the background. And then I poured some of this iridescent glitter on the nail, which I instantly regretted. So I removed it, and now I'm going to be using these sugar glitters. I'm using this yellow sugar glitter right here, and I just applied another layer of the yellow gel polish, and before curing that I just poured the yellow sugar glitter on the nail, and I would cure that for 30 seconds. But before curing that, I applied a layer to the tip area of the index nail and then poured the yellow sugar glitter on that area as well, and then I cured for 30 seconds. Make sure to clean the sides so the nail isn't too thick and wide, and then I cured for 30 seconds. Now I'm using my brush to remove the excess glitters, and yeah, this is how it's looking so far. Now I am applying gel base coat to the pinky nail and the index nail, and I would cure that for 30 seconds. And the thumbnail as well. I forgot I did the same thing on the thumb. Now I'm using rubbing alcohol as my slip solution, and I'm also using this white gel polish also from Nail Reserve. So I just placed a layer of the white gel polish on the ring nail, only at the tip area of the ring nail, and I'm going to be doing, I think, 2 layers of that on the ring nail, and I would cure each layer for 30 seconds. Then I apply a layer of gel base coat to protect the white gel polish, and I would cure that for 30 seconds. Now I'm using this nude polygel from Makartt, which is called A Siesta. So I'm just going to be placing a small bead of this nude polygel on the middle nail just to fill up the space on the middle nail. This nail was the easiest to do since it was already a nude nail, so I was just filling up the excess space. So that was really easy to do, and I cured that for 30 seconds. And applying polygel with my non-dominant hand like this, doing the polygel overlay, because it's basically the polygel overlay that I'm doing to refill my Lazy Girl Method nails. This was so difficult to do. This was the first time I've ever done a polygel overlay with my non-dominant hand. This was very challenging to do. I don't think I would do this again because I don't like it. And it took so long to do since I was doing it on my dominant hand with my non-dominant hand, but I really like how it turned out for my first time. Don't think it would have a second or a third time doing this. So yeah, I'm just distributing the polygel on the middle nail, and I am trying my best just to get a really good shape so that I don't have much filing to do. And I was trying to get a smooth surface, and it was challenging trying to get that smooth surface. And if you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to leave a like and comment down below what you think, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. So I cured that for 30 seconds and this is how it looks. It's not really that smooth, so I had to apply smaller beads to the middle nail just to get the nail to look decent. And I also cured that for 30 seconds. Now on to the ring nail. I'm going to be placing a small bead of the nude polygel at the nail bed area, and I'm going to be ombreing that nude polygel into the white gel polish. This was so difficult to do. I didn't like how this ombre turned out at all. So yeah, I'm just gonna let this part play out so that y'all can see how I tried my best to achieve this ombre. So I'll be back shortly. Then moving on to the index nail, I'm going to be doing another ombre nail. And this one looked a lot better than the ring nail. And I think it was kind of easier than the ring nail to do, I think, if I remember correctly. One thing I didn't do was apply enough of the nude polygel since the nude area is looking a bit translucent right here. So I believe I had to go back in with a second bead in order to get a more opaque nail because I didn't like how that area was looking right there. And I cured each layer that I did for 30 seconds. So this is how the nails are looking and they look rough. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to be encapsulating the pinky nail right here. I had to encapsulate most of the nails except the middle nail. So I'm just going to be showing you guys how I encapsulate the pinky nail right here. I don't think I showed myself encapsulating all of the nails. So this is after all of the nails are encapsulated. Now I am using rubbing alcohol to remove the sticky layer and then I would file the nails. So this is after filing the nails. I did file all of the nails off camera because, you know. So on the thumbnail, I filed off a bit too much of the nails, so I used some of the gel top coat and then I sprinkled some of the yellow sugar glitter. So it doesn't look that great, but I didn't really care about that because I was just testing this cherry and hoping that it worked out. So I wasn't really focused on how it looked, especially since it was the thumbnail, so I didn't mind that. Now on the middle nail, I'm going to be doing a French nail, and since I'm using my non-dominant hand to draw on my dominant hand, I could not draw a French nail, so I used a jelly stamper and just placed some of the white gel polish and did the French, which was pretty messy, and I had to use acetone to remove all of the mess. One thing I should have done was applied gel top coat to the nails first and cure for 30 seconds and then did the French, but I forgot to do that, so that's unfortunate. So anyway, I am just trying to form this French smile line into a good looking French. It's not looking that great just yet, so I'm trying my best to do it. I'm using my nail art brush just to do whatever correction to the French nail that I needed to do, and I cured for 30 seconds. Now I'm using my Modelones rhinestone glue, so I just place some rhinestone glue on the ring nail. Then I am applying gel top coat to the whole nail. And before curing, I'm going to be applying some 3D flowers and 3D butterfly to this nail and curing for 30 seconds. So I flash cured for 5 to 10 seconds and then I cured in my bigger nail lamp for 30 seconds. Now onto the middle nail, I'm going to be applying some gel top coat to the whole nail and I would cure that for 30 seconds. I did top coat the index nail and applied some rhinestones to that nail off camera. Now onto the pinky nail, I am applying gel top coat as well and curing that for 30 seconds. Then the thumbnail, I'm doing the same thing. Next, I am applying cuticle oil to rehydrate my skin and nails. So guys, I wanted to try and see if I can do a refill on some Lazy Girl Method nails. Yes, you can do a refill, however, you have to do it doing the polygel overlay. And the fact that I was doing it on my dominant hand with my non-dominant hand, that made it a lot more challenging. If I was doing it with my dominant hand, I think this nail set would have turned out a lot better than it did, but for a first time and using my non-dominant hand, I think this nail set turned out really good. It's a really nice spring nail set that anyone can do. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. I did keep these nails on for 2 more weeks, so in total my nails lasted 5 weeks. It could have lasted longer, but I got fed up of them and I just wanted to remove them. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this nail set in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think about my other nail set and if I did a good job with doing the polygel refill and stuff like that. So thanks for watching. My nail files are a bit weird because I'm doing it with my dominant hand. It's so weird to pose with this hand. It's really weird. So most of my nail files looks really weird, so sorry about that. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this nail set in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.